If you're a part-time content creator with a busy life, maybe you have a full-time job, kids, you don't have a dedicated studio space, then this video is for you. I'll walk you through my efficient video setup that allows me to hit record in just minutes and how it's changed the way that I can create content consistently. Finding the balance of when and how to create content can be quite challenging depending on wherever you're at in life and what resources you have available to you. Currently, I have a full-time creative job outside of any of this YouTube or social media sort of space that uses a lot of my creative juices and brain power on a daily basis. I also am a husband and a father of 2 small children, and we live in I'd say an apartment that's big enough for all of us and not much room for anything else outside of just our basic living necessities. Basically, if I want to make video content, I have to do it at night once my kids are down and after a long day of just dealing with life and everything that throws at me. I do not want to be setting up lighting, cameras, audio equipment. I don't want to have to do any of that type of stuff because I only have a little bit of energy left to make my content and I don't like having to spend time setting it up. It used to take me at least half an hour to 45 minutes, sometimes even beyond that amount of time to set up for creating just a simple talking head YouTube video because I would have to bust everything out. I'd have to take all of my gear out from hiding so that I was away from my kids and then set it up in a way that was repeatable and looked nice and something that I was happy with. And like I mentioned before, I don't have a dedicated YouTube space. All the space in our house is being used up all the time. Even this desk where I'm currently sitting, this used to be my desk, but now it's my wife's work desk because she works from home now, which is really great. But like, literally her computer is like right here outside of the frame and there's kid stuff everywhere. There's just a lot going on. We're very limited on our space. And although none of these things are bad inherently, that does create a lot of friction between myself and my goal of creating more video content. It's like if you want to go to the gym to work out. If the gym is 30 to 45 minutes away on the other side of town, and then by the time you arrive there, all the machines are taken up, there's no dumbbells available, you're not going to be very likely to accomplish the goal of working out. The same could be said with creating content. You want to be able to have a system or a setup in such a way that it makes it extremely convenient for you to create, because then you're going to be more likely to do it. And then when your motivation is low, convenience is going to be high, and that's going to mean everything. Let's now talk about this video setup. It's not just about the gear, but it's about integrating the gear in a way that removes friction. The main piece of this setup is the desk mount. The desk mount just attaches easily to your desk, and I basically just leave it in place, and it provides an awesome blank canvas for me to add my camera, add a couple of clamps and accessories that are pretty low profile, and it can just sit there, live on the side of the desk. It even works with my wife's bigger iMac here on the desk. It's tucked away on the corner. I don't have to worry about it. It's just stuck there, ready for me to go. Now, I don't think that they make this particular desk mount anymore, at least not that I've been able to find, but I've gotten one from SmallRig. This is just as good quality-wise. It's actually kind of nicer because it goes up higher on the adjustments, and it comes with a mini ball head. So this is a good option if you're looking to recreate this setup. This is a really good blank canvas. And of course, links down below to all the gear that I'm mentioning in this video. The other piece of gear that makes this video setup super efficient for all different types of video creation is what's on top of the ball head, and that is the SmallRig rotatable collar mount. This mount allows you to set your camera and lens up in a certain way to where you can record just normal standard horizontal video and then adjust the turn of your wrist here, the turn of your camera. You're now rotated, ready to set up, ready to go for shooting vertical video content. And what's amazing about that is that I didn't have to adjust anything with my setup. All I did was I rotated my camera. I didn't have to adjust any lights. I didn't have to adjust a tripod or anything like that. Yes, the microphone is in the shot, but that's okay. I can always work with that. I'd much rather have the convenience of just being able to shoot horizontal videos, rotate, shoot my vertical videos for more of my short form type stuff. And then if I want to do another long form, I can just go ahead and get it set back up for that. And I literally didn't even move. I just did that. That's more convenient than the other stuff that I was talking about. I'll talk about the camera and lens real quick, even though it's not nearly as important to the makeup of all this, but I am shooting on the Sony a7 IV, and I am using the Sony 20mm f1.8 lens. I've used this combo for the majority of my YouTube creation for the past couple of years. Can't really say enough good things. What I really love though are the 10 bit color. The 4K video on the a7 IV in particular is extremely sharp because it's downsampled, I think, all the way from 7K. And then the 20mm lens at f1.8 helps to make the smaller space feel more grand while also giving you that nice shallow depth of field, which I really, really love. For audio, I am currently using the Rode VideoMic Go 2, which is attached to a 3.5mm extension cable that is always connected to the camera. The microphone itself is mounted to another SmallRig product. This is the friction arm and a super clamp. So it gets the mic closer to me in this setup, and it allows me to adjust the angle of everything. And then when I'm done with it, I can just loosen the tension and I can literally fold it up alongside of the pole, which means that it takes up not that much space and makes it easier for my wife to do her work whenever I'm not creating a video. And then when I'm ready to come in to record, I just loosen it, put it down, get the angle right and the positioning, and I'm good to go. The last piece of gear on the desk mount is yet again another SmallRig clamp and a miniature friction arm, which is then attached to a SmallRig phone clamp. This is great because I'll use my phone often for going through my outlines for my videos, making sure that I'm staying on point and focused with my topic. And then also I can use it for monitoring my image in case I want to just make sure that everything is looking nice and as it should be on a bit of a bigger display than just what's on the camera screen. For my lighting, I'm relying mostly on two video lights. They're both made by Zhiyun. One of them is actually above me as a hair light that is pointed down, doing the nice hair light thing. This I keep mounted to a pole that runs from the top of this beam in my house. It's not the most pretty thing to look at, and I kind of had to sell my wife on it out of the convenience of it all. And it's passable, it's acceptable. It lives up there, and all I have to do to get that going is to just attach a rechargeable battery, and then it's good to go for a nice hair light to help me be separated from the background. The key light is also from Zhiyun. It's the Molis G60. I have it attached to a nice softbox with a honeycomb grid on it. This is the one thing that I will set up and tear down every time I go to record, mostly because I like the angle where I have it, and I have a dedicated light stand for it. It's kind of a relatively cumbersome setup with the softbox, but it's something that I'm willing to tear up and set down every single time. It's really not too bad. I have the power supply on the bottom of the desk, so that's always at the ready. I just have to grab the light and the stand, which I have just set over to the side. But I can't keep this up because my kids will hurt themselves if I leave this up. And I could go with a light with like more of a flat panel style LED, but I've just always preferred the look of a more traditional softbox. I just feel like it looks nicer to my eyes, and that's something I'm not willing to compromise on because I am making some concessions in other places in a sense to compromise. So this is the one thing that I'm not willing to compromise on, and I think it's well worth it. It's certainly a lot better than how I used to set everything else up. I really love this setup. It just makes everything so much more convenient than it used to be for me whenever I wanted to go make video content. So when I'm ready to go, I just turn the camera on, get the mic in position. I have to set up just the one light, put in one battery, and that is it. What used to take me 30, 45 minutes now takes me less than 5. And that time saved is extremely important because when it comes to creating content part-time, it isn't just a scheduling issue of whether you have enough time. It is an energy issue. And I don't know your story or where you find yourself right now, but I do know that when you finally find that time to create, maybe it's at night when your kids are down, like myself, your gear should not be fighting you. It should be working for you. Make it as easy as possible for you to start creating, and do not rely on motivation alone for creation. You need to build for consistency. I used to solely rely on my motivation when it came to my content creation. What that resulted in was me starting and stopping, being on highs and then being on lows, creating a bunch consistently and then going radio silent for months on end. And having a setup like this, even if it's not exactly what I see for myself ultimately in the future, is helping me day by day to stop relying on that motivation and to build for that consistency that I really desire. Listen, if you felt stuck, unmotivated, or overwhelmed, just know that you're not alone. Content creation is a long game, and it's okay to build slowly. And honestly, you don't need the best gear. You don't even need any of the things that I've recommended in this video. But what you do need is you need to find something that works best for you. You can start small. You can maybe just find one thing in your setup that's just always set up and at the ready. Honestly, think a bit more like a minimalist. What are the things that you can automate? What are the things that could be preset, whether it's light settings, camera settings, or what are even the things that you could mount in certain places? Maybe it's a desk mount, maybe it's a light that hangs above your head that your wife doesn't really like the look of, but you convince her that it's really amazing. Ultimately, find the things that are going to make it easy for you to start. Make sure that you don't have to rely on your motivation so that you can build consistently. Drop a comment down below if you're also struggling with trying to figure out how to balance content creation, whether it be full-time, part-time, and a busy life. Maybe it's family, maybe it's school, whatever it is, drop a comment down below. And while you're down there, if you got value out of this video, please add some value back to it by hitting that like button and subscribe to this channel. Check out links to all the fun stuff down in the video description. All the gear that I mentioned, all the other things that I use to make these videos, as well as my digital store, is all found in the video description. And somehow YouTube knows that you want to watch this video next. They're saying, hey, you should watch this video because it's the best for you. I don't know how they decide that. I don't know what they're choosing for you, but I hope you enjoy giving that one a watch. And until the next time, my name is XOPAC. I will see you in the next video. Peace.